No, 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 no. Money, no. Outfit, no. No, no.
Ticket.
Say how much?
Eh?
Where you grow up where you want to be? Look up
No,
like
no, no, no. Money, no. Outfit, no.
Ticket.
Say how much?
Eh?
Where you grow up where you want to be? Look up like this.
Gunman.
No, brother.
You mean?
Eh.
Kaya na yes a gunman kill police pan TV.
No,
Every
man,
day.
you can't be a gunman. Look
How
up.
you mean?
No, man, look here.
Oh, you can't tell me one Phoebe, brother.
No.
You can't tell me one Phoebe, brother.
No, brother. Look.
Me and me when me want
We
be.
were talking about that little youth there earlier on.
Yeah,
When we show you the video, and he must say,
he wanted to be a killer.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what gone in the society if we make the little youth just want to be a killer?
That just shows you how low society has come. Because like I said, people you'd ask children what would you want to be, and they'll tell you whether it's a policeman, fireman, there was doctor or a vet or astronaut. There was all these different options that you would
But
hear.
you know, see the man and tell him, say,
Killer
yo,
was
my you, why you
never
not be
in
a
one of them.
police? He must say, no, you don't want to be a police. You know, see police I get
And
shot
at
by
that
bad man.
age as well, and you'd never hear roadman in none of that either. So the fact that people are saying that now, it just shows the level. And then I suppose when the more stories you hear about shootings happening in broad daylight, and children ain't off limits no more, like women and children, it catches the most.
So
It has an effect on them. And then they probably see the gunman in their area, the killer. They're probably a celebrity where they are, or it's just fair. It's fair that really runs it, and they're seeing that, thinking that's what I want, not knowing that comes with a price.
What you know, you're the guy I tell him, say, why you don't want to be a police officer or something like that? And him say, yo, you know, see police I get killed by bad
And then
man.
what did he say? He mentioned TV.
Yeah, on TV.
There you go. So it's you thinking, what is this you sitting in front of watching? What is he being allowed to watch? And then even if it isn't movies and stuff past his age, you're thinking, well, is it the news? What he sees on a daily, what's being reported?
Or the music him hear and I behave like this. Why is it?
It's just different.
You want a drink?
No thanks. Actually, yes please.
So we have to have a drink about this because this poor little Jamaica mash up. We see the younger youths them now, them are behave so bad. Rum or you want some whiskey?
Rum please.
Yeah, we see the younger youth them are going so bad. And I behave some. And him sound very illiterate. Him sound like him not even go to school.
No, that's undance.
That little boy sound very dunce.
But then
I don't know him, but
can the parents afford to send him to school?
hmm?
Can the parents afford to send him to school? Does he have a pants or a shoes or even a shirt?
When you hear the man say he want to be a gunman, that mean me don't know. Him don't look like him a suffer like that. It doesn't look like him a suffer like that, like him not can't find a shoes or him can't find nothing.
Right.
It don't look like that to me. It just look like the little boy just see all of the badness around him and just feel like a badness aware. And him just want to be a bad man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That as well you would have give me a better explain as well. What you were saying basically that him exposed to a lot of things.
Yeah, that's what you have to ask yourself as well. You can't, it's not just this you saying something and it sounds wild and it's his environment, because it may not be his environment, but then you're thinking, what is he watching or what is he seeing or what is he allowed to watch and take in at such a young age? because he's talking about TV and stuff. And some parents just sit their youth down in front of the TV and more or less leave them.
And they will watch it.
And they do they do whatever they want, or they put them in front of their own little tablet. They don't check what they're watching. They just leave them to it. Good, thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers, more life.
Yeah. But Bush TV, like and subscribe with us there. Just having a little chat with my anonymous stalker. So, like and subscribe. We'll play back the video for now. Mad. And you listen what the little boy say.
So how much? Where you grew up and where you want to be? Look up there, video.
Gunman.
No, brother.
You mean? Yes, a gunman kill police on TV.
No, man, you can't be a gunman. Look.
What you mean?
No, man, you can't.
Why you can't tell me I'm Phoebe, brother?
No.
You can't tell me I'm Phoebe, brother.
No, brother. Look.
Me happy when me want be.
He not look like him a suffer, really. Him just look like him just stay in him yard and him not have on him shoes. But him not look like him a suffer. Look on him clothes. Him not really look like man who a suffer. Him not have on
Those
rougher
could be
clothes.
hand-me-downs. You don't have to look rough, you know, to suffer. You could get hand-me-downs and still don't know. He may have not eaten for how many days. You don't know. Just have someone, you can't say, just like a man could have been starving, yeah, but he had a plate of food yesterday, and this boy could have been not eaten for maybe 3 days, and just by looking at the man that you saw and that malnourished, you would have never known he had a big meal yesterday. But this little you, because he don't look as malnourished as that one, but he hasn't probably eaten. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it don't mean just because a man look frail and whatnot, or just because he's not in tear up clothes, don't mean he's got it like that, or his parents have it like that. I was just giving a different spin on it.
Yeah.
So it could be a situation where if he's even talking like that, is this a youth that goes school regular? And then if he don't go school regular, it's maybe it's not always that. It's that the parents don't care. It could be that they can't afford to send him to school, and whatever that situation is, that's why he's able to see more like road life like that, where he looks up to and thinking, oh yeah, I can get this and I can get that
if I'm a gunman.
Yeah, because in school I don't think he would really have that mentality.
But the music, and you know, think the music have nothing to do with it.
It plays a part. All of it plays a part. So even films, even though people say music can't make someone do this, and TV and films can't make someone do this, and that argument's always played when it comes to like black people and black culture, it's the music's making people do this, and you need to, whether it's about drill or it's dance or it's all, there's always that question. But when white people do stuff, it's never connected to movies. How come we can sit down and watch Demolition Man? You can sit down and watch on Scarface. There's so many movies
with guns.
But I've never heard them once say to a white man, oh, is it because you sat down and watched X amount of movies? Why this? The one time where movies played a part, and again, it was with children. And over in England, they banned Child's Play. Was it what? I think it was all of them. They banned them because those two little white boys took that toddler, James Bulger. You remember on the train tracks? And then they turned around and said that they were watching that movie, and then they banned that movie over here. That's the only time I know that in terms of white people where they'll connect, oh, it was because of this film or it was because of that, and it plays a part in what they saw and what they then acted out in real life. Other than that, when it comes to adult, I've never heard them mention, oh, it's the type of music you listen to. Oh, do you listen to rock music? Oh, they talk about this and that's why they don't do it. They only do that with black people. But to say, put that aside, I do feel like music, TV, it all plays a part. TV ain't just TV just for entertainment. It's part of programming.
Yeah, see the little boy say, you know, see.
That's why they call it TV programs. Oh, what programs this? It programs your thought into certain things. That's why even to this day, the paper brown test or the doll test even, where you've got them asking the little children which is the good one and which is the bad one. And now how many years they first done it to now, and the answers are still the same, where you've got these little black children saying that the white one's the good one and the black one's the bad one. Now that to me would only still happen if there's still elements of racism within like TV advertising, and it's so subtle you don't even see it. So it's subtle to the point where you could pick up a pack of nappies, Pampers or whatever brand, and there's a black woman on the front holding her baby. But you pick up the other one and it's a white couple and you see mum and dad and the baby. So
you're sterilizing the black people.
Oh, right. Without even realizing it, you just automatically, the black woman's a single mother. The man ain't even around in when it comes to the advert, much less. So then, like, without even thinking, that goes into your subconscious. Like people, TV and all of that plays a part, because there's certain like legalities when it comes to it. You can't chop up a thing because people used to splice things and put different
and put what them on.
To get certain imaging in. Yeah. So then you could be watching something, all of a sudden, oh, I feel thirsty, I need a drink, and then in whatever the shots they've had people drinking water or whatever, while all of a sudden you feel thirsty and you don't know it. It's because it's between the shots, but it's going so fast the naked eye can't see it. It's things like that. So when people say, oh, it don't make a difference, it does.
That's why I don't
it does.
have a TV in my bedroom.
So people should monitor what they let their children watch and how much of certain things that they let their children watch.
And also going to sleep watching TV.
So I can say the same about music. You sing about all this stuff, and the stuff that's popular and gets played is the stuff that's violent, or it's talks a certain way about women, or it says this. It's just that
but
stuff.
Bush TV, like
more.
and subscribe. We there go on reason about a whole heap of things. Like and subscribe. We're here. We're just going in. As you were saying, my anonymous speech. What you saying now?
Yeah.
You freeze up.
Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought, but it all plays a part. It all plays a part, to be honest with you. I just don't think there's as much balance as there once was.
In terms of what?
Music, like what you see on TV, more so music.
So
like
with them now, if there's no balance in where we are sip on TV now, with them again with the raw of things them now.
Like now, like okay, so for instance, me growing up, it was a big thing to see two men kiss on TV, that it made news. You couldn't see that. Yeah. And then they're saying they're going to show it after watershed time and whatnot, because you just ain't seeing that. Or you're not going to see maybe a man get murdered on TV past a certain time. Or you know that if, let's an example.
Because you see all the man a kiss on TV in like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Them thing they normally show like 1, 2 o'clock in the night when babies them asleep or something like that.
It used to.
But no, everything just get...
It switched. And then the other thing is that you raise people one way and then you expect them to just switch and turn and say, yeah, this is the new way, we got to accept it now. Like, the mind don't work like that. If for 20-something years, 30 plus, 40 plus, you've been told one way, and then even you see on the news and the outrage and whatnot, you then can't come a few years later and say, no, you can't think like that, Rare. If it took how many years, it's going to take you even more to get them to switch it. But they're already, it's like they're not waiting for the switch to naturally happen, so to speak. So now if you go against it, it's like you can lose your job. This is going to happen to you. That you may go to prison because it's hate speech and all of this stuff. So everything plays a part. So like I was saying before, certain shows you wouldn't see on TV in the afternoon, certain like dialogues you wouldn't see. and then they would cut it out as well. Now they show you in the afternoon, and even I'm surprised at certain stuff that I see on normal TV that they show, and then it's fine to show that in the afternoon. It's
But
not.
Bush TV, like and subscribe. We'll take a break now and come back. Mad. Back Bush TV, like and subscribe. We're coming back from the break. Right now we'll go back to what Animus Scholar and finish the talk. So Animus, my Animus person, what you think the government need to do now about this whole situation now? Like when you see the young youth, that young youth there, look like them now in a children program where them can go make him learn from basic school. Or I don't know, what do you think the government need to do to address this problem? Because they must see this. You don't think the government aware of this?
They're probably aware of it, but I don't know whether or not they know it, that this is just a one video. It's not like I couldn't really discuss further on it because I don't know the stats and the figures of how much are passing to how much children are
But
in
recently,
school and things like that. But there is more that they could do, have more like government initiatives or like community centers set up and things like that. But whether or not they're able to do that, if they can pull resources from something else and do that, or whether or not it's the community that's really gonna have to do it, because I don't know if you can really wait on government to say I'm gonna do it, because they're just there to exploit the people. So it would be really for the people to come together. Really, people really determine government decisions, I feel, because I don't really believe in like the voting like that, but only when people move to do something when there's change. So when they try and say to regular folk, "I'll go out and vote," they don't know that, they know that don't work. That don't do nothing, because anytime anything's been done, there's been a rebellion, or it's turned into war, or then they've said, okay, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. So I don't know whether or not the community will have to come together and say, we're going to stand up against you on this, or they're going to say, right, we're going to put something together ourselves, and then the government say, well, you're doing it anyway, like, and then they may say, we don't really have to do it because you're doing what you should be doing anyway, and the government are just there to maybe add on to it, or they could actually back it as well and say, right, we're gonna push in and put more into it. But then I don't know, I just feel like
the government now do nothing to help the country, because recently we see even 7 people run away and say them too much killing are going on in Jamaica and reaching America. I don't know if you see that or if you hear about it.
No.
Recently about 7 of them run away from Jamaica, end up in Miami. Police arrest them, use some border force or some immigration people hold them over there. And basically, man, just stand up and say, yo, too much crime are going on in Jamaica, that's why I'm just run away. And this is an elderly man we maybe look like maybe about 50. You have a couple young youths involved in it too, but the bigger person them was like 4 of them bigger person, and then, you know what I mean? The rest of them was like younger youths. So this crime thing now, when we see it, it don't look good down there, and look like the government can't really control it. To me, because recently now, to as well, added on to that, was a 16-year-old Mirsa kill mostly like 2 people recently as well, to police lock him up. So it's a disease where we see just a flag the country, or I don't know if I want to spell, or I don't know. This bigger than the government. And if the government, I don't know how am I going to try to clamp down this with so much gunman around the place. It's like a disease, a trail of blood, a trail of little, like salt, when you dash out salt, I saw the bad people them just dash out of Jamaica. So it's very hard for the police people them now to try to stop it. This have got, as what you say now, it have got to be a community thing. where all of the bad man them, dads them in a all area have to come to one another now and just know say yo, this a them a war, you know. Them know themselves, you know, them know them one another. And them have to be the one them for stop this thing. And with the help of the police just get the little one them where just a walk loose. But with the major problem you know, me see now, it left with them bad man you for quench it. The government can't do nothing much. It left with the community and people who in charge of the community to deal with it and run
But
the
at the
thing
same
properly.
time, the people at the head of the gangs and them men, where do they get the guns from? Where do these things come into the community from?
Through the government.
From back in the days, from long time. And then now the things step up now. Drugs, the man them a move them drugs and I do everything, so
So if you
guns.
think about how many people are making money right up at the top. If the community did come together and say, yo, we're just going to squash this, there'd be a lot of people at the top that wouldn't even want that to happen.
Yeah,
That's
because
a
them
huge
want
loss of money.
yeah, because crime build
Pays.
money. Make money in it. So them wouldn't want the crime for cut like that.
So how many times have we seen movies about people trying to leave gangs and then having their life threatened or
Even
having
that,
brother
but
or sister killed or whatever?
don't the politician run the bad man?
Right. Who's pulling their strings?
Mm-hmm. So all of these people know now. So it's, me don't know, it's very serious and it's serious and it can't stop. And the government look like them now want to stop it too. You understand? Because they make more money from this crime thing. You understand? Mm-hmm. And the youth them nowadays, them you don't know if the man them not gonna school or you know what I mean, it's just sufferation, get to man head, man just decide say yo, him have to rob to there for feed him family. There's no other way. But there is a next way to this, brother. You set up yourself and you set up your life for dead. Mm-hmm. You gotta have man and say, boy, you can't stay there talking. I know what I mean. Me never eat last night. Mm-hmm. So it's very serious over there, a debate pan. Mm-hmm. You get me? It's a very serious topic. And when I say there is no help, nowhere.
I think you were right though. It's got to be the people. It's just like she said, it's the people that.
That's what Animal Scholar was saying. It have to be the people.
Yeah.
It have to be the people them within themselves. Try and stop this. People and people have to come together. Bad man and bad man, our community leader, whosoever around the place have to come together and know say yo, the violence have to stop. And try to show the little younger youths them a different way, because we see this little boy now a come on TV, on video and I tell you say he want to be a bad man. You know look good. Back in the days, bad man never used to tell us he was a bad man. Mm-hmm. Now these youths, them a bad man and them a show. Everybody say them a bad man. Police just know no and kill on quick. Back in the days, you never know a bad man, man. You couldn't know him. You don't know him. Him not have no picture. Nowadays, this bad man, you know him. Yeah, same picture. By next week, you hear him dead. And this the youth them not understand. Backbush TV, like and subscribe with us there. In and out. Any final words? Because we need to wrap up that video, yeah. Get a drawing out.
No more words. Just that it takes an element of both. So the community have to pull together more, and then the government as well.
Yeah, have to do best.
Yeah, but they won't do nothing until the people come together.
So it down to the people then. Backbush TV, like and subscribe. Leave in the comments and let me know what you think. Mad. Slap.
Cat.
Say how much?
Eh?
Where you grow up where you want to be? Look up in the video.
Gunman.
No, brother.
You mean? Kaya na yes, a gunman kill police on TV.
No, man,
Every day.
you can't be a gunman. Look
How
up.
you mean?
No, man, look here.
Why you can't tell me I'm Phoebe, brother?
No.
You can't tell me I'm Phoebe, brother.
No, brother. Look.
Me want